Hey guys, the Mice here. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I will be sharing you guys my tips and tricks to complete every single fusion as a free-to-play player. So you can see that the Path of Fate Weaver has just ended, which means the next fusion is probably either in a few days or next week. So I'm going to help you guys prepare for it because honestly, it's very easy even as a free-to-play player. So the number one thing to do is to save your shards and save your fragment summons. The more shards you have, of course, it's given. The more shards you have, the easier it is. But if you guys have fragments, make sure you guys save these as well. So I'm saving all of this. Legendary is worth 500 points. A epic is worth 250 and a void epic is 350. You can only cash these in during the champion chase. And you can also cash in the fusions. So right now I have the 4 epics for Razin. So I can fuse all 4 epics and fuse Razin. So I already have 1.5k there. And then I have Rorik and Freya, bringing it up to 2.5k. And then I have these two, which brings me just over 3,000. So these alone, I don't even need to pull a single shard. I've already completed the Champion Chase tournament. Which is exactly why saving all of these shards and saving for the fusion stuff, the fragments, they're really helpful for the fusion. And generally, the Champion Chase, they usually leave it at 3,000 or maybe 3.7, somewhere around those. And for the Summon Rush, more or less, it's either 3,000 or 3.5. So you would need 6 to 7 Sacreds, or you can, of course, use these other shards as well. Now, there has just been a recent 2x on Sacreds, which is why I've literally only got one left. But I already have these other shards, so I wasn't afraid to pull my Sacred since I was safe already anyway. The next strategy you guys could use is using the books on Champion Training Tournament. Keep in mind, it only works on tournament and not event. Each Lego book is worth 200 points and an epic is worth 80. So during this next fusion, I intend to book Newt, Cupidus, and my Freya, which would already use pretty much all my books, and I'll be booking maybe Rector as well and another epic, which means I've already completed the Champion Training Tournament without spending a single energy or leveling up a single champion. If you guys have been paying attention, you can see that I can complete the Champion Training Tournament and the Champion Chase Tournament really easily without using a single energy or shard. Quick tip for these tournaments is that you actually wait for the dungeon divers as well. So for example, this Odin dungeon right now, it was going on. I got first place because I wanted the Primal Shard and it just feels good to hit first on this. And I actually needed the gear anyway, so it wasn't that much of a problem. But there is also a Dungeon Divers going on, so farming Odin, I was also getting points for Dungeon Divers, but of course the rewards here are not really good, they're pretty much garbage. But still, you need to learn how to double dip. This will really minimize the amount of energy you need for the fusion. The next thing you can do is pretty much save these classic arena refills as well. You don't need to do that since it's really easy to complete these tournaments, but if you guys don't have that much time, saving these is actually pretty helpful so that you can just burst them all in one day and complete the tournament. While we're at it, let's open this and we got nothing. Nice. What you want to do is save your gems. The gems are really important as you can convert them into ancient shards if you guys are lacking in shards. Or most of the time, you would be converting them into energy so that you can push more, maybe get first place in an event, or just complete the event in general. Now, along with energy efficiency, it is best that you farm all stage 20s only, especially if you're free-to-play or low spend. Farming stage 20 will give you the best point to your energy ratio, unlike 24, which is best energy to gear ratio. So if you farm 24, you get less points for your energy, but if you farm stage 20, you get the most possible points for your energy. This applies to Fire Knight, Dragon, Spider, and Ice Golem. And since we just had a fragment fusion, it is most likely we are going to be having a classical or a hybrid. Now the important thing here is to either save or start farming the potions. This is because if it is not a fragment fusion, you would need potions to ascend them before you can fuse the champion itself. So you would need a lot of these superior arcane potions and the affinity potions. So while there's nothing to do right now, it's good to farm up these potions so that once the fusion starts, you actually don't need to waste energy on these dungeon keeps anymore. Now you guys are probably curious on how I get my shards and my books. It's very obvious that I do it with the clan boss. So I do Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and Brutal daily. And I just get unlimited books and shards. Another way to get books and shards is of course the Doom Tower. So if you guys are looking for more resources, you can do the Doom Tower, especially since that it's just reset. So you can get free rewards from it as well. So we've covered pretty much all of the events except for the artifact enhancement. These artifact enhancement ones are generally ending up at the gem spot right here, the 4775. You would need around, if you have really bad luck, you would need to push a bit over 20 million. But if you are having good luck, you can probably push it to 18 to 20 million. So each artifact event, there are 3 of them actually. So you would need around 60 million to be safe to complete all 3 events. 60 million is a ton. But if you are doing the fusion anyway, you'll be farming Spider Dragon and other dungeons. So you can actually save up the silver like I am right now. I have 24 million before the fusion starts. But obviously I'm going to be farming even more, so that I am completely prepared for the fusion and I won't be needing to rush or spending too much resources on this one. And if you guys don't know the champion training trick, it is using the brews. If you guys have a question about this, just leave them down in the comments. So before you feed any champion, so let's say I want to level up this Incubus, or before I feed it, I'm going to drop 2 brews so that it gets levels. So this gives me free points before I actually feed it. This basically quadruples your energy efficiency, if I can recall it, either triple or quadruple your efficiency. So if you guys have a lot of brews, make sure to use them because this will speed up the process of diffusion and save you a lot of energy or gems. So my final tip for you guys is to make sure you plan out your events correctly. Raid typically puts out the entire fusion schedule, so I'm going to be making another video once the official fusion does drop. And if you guys want to follow along, make sure you guys do subscribe so that you won't be missing out. I can guarantee you guys I can give you the most optimal way of completing the fusion since I am completely free to play as well. So if you guys want to follow along, make sure you guys subscribe. So that's it for the video. I hope you guys did learn something, or maybe you guys can apply a few bits and bobs to your own account. But make sure you guys do subscribe and leave a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.